Welcome to week 2. In week 1, we had a general introduction of earth resources and sustainable development. And part of the emphasis of that week was looking at how natural resources have influenced human civilization from the Stone Age, through the Bronze Age, through the Iron Age, and now we can talk of the Petroleum Age. Throughout human history, all major advances have been a direct result of man's ability to harness the power that is in different natural resources. We are very inquisitive, and we have been able to figure out how to make a lot of different things from different natural resources to help facilitate our lives. Mankind started by using stones. Not too long from that, they realized that the stones were not delivering. So they moved to bronze and iron. And in this day and age, we are looking at using a lot of petroleum related products. And all the major civilizations developed because people were able to use the different natural resources located where they were found. The power of using rivers for transport and all the fertile soils that are found in the alluvial floodplains of different rivers gave rise to great civilizations like the Egyptian civilization, that of the Babylonian. And today, the most powerful countries that we have are countries that are using a lot of energy, a lot of natural resources, a lot of mechanization. Something that started in the Industrial Revolution in Britain because they had a lot of coal deposits. This week, we are looking at how geologic processes produce different earth resources. Our emphasis is going to be on the rock cycle. We have 3 main types of rocks. There are different varieties of rocks, but all of them can be classified under just 3 types. And all these different types of rocks are related to each other. And they have the ability to change from one form to the other. I'm going to shed some light on that. In the course of these changes from one rock type to the other, certain minerals are formed that have different uses in our way of life. So the 3 main rock types are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. We have different processes that transform these different rocks. So we're going to start with, no matter the rock type that you have, all these rocks can be broken down through a process called weathering. When these rocks are weathered or broken down, they produce what we call sediments. Now, it's just a name for rock fragments or rock pieces, the rock that have been broken down. The weathering can be either chemical, in which the rocks are being dissolved into solution, or mechanical, in which the rocks are being broken into different pieces. depending upon which process is taking place, is going to determine the type of byproducts that you're going to have. So let's assume here that the rocks have been broken down into different pieces. So a sedimentary rock can be broken down, a metamorphic rock can be broken down, an igneous rock can be broken down. When the sediments are produced, they are transported by either wind or water or glaciers. Some materials are very resistant. For example, gold and diamonds and quartz. They are resistant. So what do you think? If you have gold in a sedimentary rock, you have gold in an igneous rock, you have gold in a metamorphic rock, when that rock is being broken, the gold is going to get concentrated in the sediment that will be produced. And that is why gold can be found in some sediments in what we call placer deposits. We'll figure out how to grab those sediments, wash them out, and extract the gold. When these sediments are deposited, with time, when pressure is added on the sediments, they get compacted and buried. With more burial and compaction, the sediments will be transformed into sedimentary rocks. And these sedimentary rocks are natural reservoirs where oil and gas migrates and is stored in them, and also groundwater. If you continue burying those sedimentary rocks and increasing the heat and the pressure, they are going to get metamorphosed. The sedimentary rock will be transformed into a metamorphic rock. And we have minerals that will be formed as a result of that metamorphic process. If you keep increasing the pressure on your metamorphic rock and the heat, eventually the rock is going to melt. And this type of melting takes place in subduction zones where an oceanic plate is subducted beneath the continental plate and the rock gets melted, igneous activity is initiated, and you have volcanoes that erupt as a result of this melting of your metamorphic rocks, and this material is ejected on the surface of the earth, and some of it cools and solidifies below the earth to produce plutonic rocks. If you've been into any house, most houses in the US, they have granite countertops, and the granite is a rock that is formed as a result of igneous activity. It is a direct product of magma. Magma is just molten rock, magma that cools and solidifies beneath the earth.